A very good morning to you all. Next we are going to see about the topic of the part 2 of NIST Cloud Reference Architecture. So, already in the previous session, I have discussed about this NIST architectures part 1. So, now we are going to continue with the same thing as specified as part 2 as NIST Cloud Reference Architecture. And then in this, we are going to see about the cloud auditors and cloud brokers. So, what are all the responsibilities are there? We are going to discuss it. So, the cloud auditors perform security controls and privacy impact and performance, whereas the cloud brokers they perform the intermediation, aggregation, and arbitrage. And then the cloud carriers. So, cloud carriers, their major role is to provide the connectivity and transport of cloud services between the cloud consumers and cloud providers. And then the cloud carriers are the networks, telecommunication, and access devices. From this, the network is provided the seamless connectivity to the consumers without any interruption. And then here it shows about overall the cloud carriers. So the cloud carriers are it shows about the SAS, PAS, and then IaaS, that is service software as a service, and then platform as a service, and then infrastructure as a service. So those are all the cloud providers, and then the cloud consumers are also the same one only. And then through by which layers they are accessing those services are through the service orchestration layers. So application layer, middleware layer, and then operating system layer. So from that only they are accessing those services from the cloud. And then next we are going to discuss about the public cloud. So public cloud in the sense means from a particular community network we are going to access the large number of cloud consumers will be accessing the cloud over a network. So here the bandwidth plays a major role. The cloud consumers, if there have been millions or billions of cloud consumers are there, then the bandwidth range should be of very higher. And then on-site private cloud. So in the on-site private cloud, it's a private cloud is in the sense means it is limited to the particular organization where the employees can able to access their private network of their company within the organization. So that's the example I can give for the private cloud. And then here the diagram also represents about the private cloud and then the consumers of the private cloud, and then outsourced private cloud. So outsourced private cloud is how the private cloud can be accessed through the consumers of the entire network. The diagram shows clearly about how the private cloud is outsourced to the cloud consumers. And then next is on-site community cloud. So on-site community cloud is here we will be having an organization who is providing and consuming the cloud resources. So from there how far the network is created and the cloud network is how far it is shared to the other organization plays a major role here. So that is said to be a on-site community cloud. So from this pictorial representation, it gives you a clear-cut idea of about how the organizations have been consuming the cloud services from the local cloud. From that how the organizations have been getting benefit of cloud services. And the next is outsourced community cloud. The outsourced community cloud is here the cloud providers and private cloud have been combined to provide the outsourced community cloud to the organization who have been in demand of accessing the cloud, or those who are providing the request to the community cloud, they will be accessing the services. And then next is hybrid cloud. So hybrid cloud is a combination of all the types of clouds, that is private and then public cloud, outsourced private cloud, and then outsourced community cloud, on-site community cloud. So all these clouds combined part is said to be an hybrid model. So that is a hybrid cloud. So in this diagram also it's showing the same thing of pictorial representation of all the different clouds they have mentioned, and then they have made a connectivity symbol to frame a new cloud is that is a hybrid cloud they have mentioned. And then cloud provider service orchestration. So it's about the service layers of software as services, platform as services, and infrastructure as services, and then resource abstraction and control layer, and then physical resource layer is about the hardware and then the facility. So next the cloud provider and cloud service management. So the cloud provider and cloud service management which comes under when in the part of a business organization, how far it provides its support is about the cloud consumers and cloud brokers, how they have been communicating to provide the seamless cloud-based connectivity to the business support, and then how they are configuring the connection, and then how the portability is accessed through the organization is been done in this cloud provider and then the cloud service management part. So in the business support part, who are all been engaged with the cloud service management is customer management, and then contract management, inventory management, accounting and billing, reporting on auditing, and pricing and rating. So these are all the services where the business support will be done. And provisioning and configuration, or rapid provisioning and resource change, monitoring and reporting, and metering, and SLA management. So these are all the activities of provisioning or configuration will be done through the cloud service management. When it comes under portability, it's about data portability and copying of data to and from, and bulk data transfer, and then service interoperability, and system portability, and then application app or system migration. So these are all the activities which performs by the portability or interoperability. So these are all done by cloud service management between cloud consumers and cloud brokers. It is done. Thank you.